Hey guys, Joe from J&M Concrete here. So this week we got something a little bit simpler than last week. We are going to be taking out a garden bed area, getting all the organic material out, and pouring a 19 by 13 back patio that's going to be color with a stamped border. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Stick around for the framing, laying the rebar, the excavation, and then the fun part, the pouring. Hopefully you guys like what you see. Let us know what you think. Have a great day, guys. See you then. We ended up coming in and removing the garden bed. As you can see, we make sure to get all the topsoil, all the plants, all the roots till we got down to the original subgrade, and that was a few inches below where our concrete was going to be, so that worked out just fine. We compacted what was there after it was cleared out of all the organic material. It was a granule subgrade anyway, so we hit it with the plate compactor. Then we framed it out and then brought in some road base, watered it, compacted it, and started laying our rebar. It was a pretty quick prep. I mean, 19 by 13 in the shade. The machine had a little bit of trouble in and out because it was a tight squeeze. Not the width, but the length was the problem that made it a little difficult. Same with the power buggy. But I mean, all in all, it was a pretty smooth prep. It all came out pretty nice. We got it ready the first day, and then we had it prepped by that. We had it poured by that Wednesday, so it was a shorter job than usual. You can see those 3 irrigation lines near the grill at the bottom of the screen. We made sure to cut those and cap those after the fact. Water wasn't coming from there, it was going to it. The source lines were outside over by the fence, and made sure that that wasn't running under the concrete. You want to avoid that as much as possible. Hey guys, alrighty then. Everything is prepped, good to go. Excavation is done. We went pretty deep just to make sure we were good on the subgrade. We laid out our rebar. Did you guys notice that it was a little bluer? I'm curious. Maybe I'm the only one. Forms are in there. We're ready to pour tomorrow. See you guys then, guys. Bye-bye. Oh, look at that pretty concrete. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, that's what I like right there. Nothing too bad, but... ¿Será que le están dando usted chancita porque viene ordenando usted tanto? No, no, que se...
Como que estoy usándola por ahí una barrita. Como que la estoy cantando de yo mismo por ahí una barrita. That I need a little bit right there, what do you look here? Right there. Okay.
You guys are probably gonna laugh at this, but it'd been so long since I had done a border along with the same pour, like inside outside. I didn't have the tool for the borders. We were just gonna rod it straight since we could do it that way anyways. But the week before this, I had seen the tool and I chose not to get it, thinking, well, I'll get it when I need it. And 2 days before this pour, I went by to every single store. I mean, every single store, and nobody had it, and I freaked out. So the morning of the pour, since this pour was a little later in the morning at 9, I decided to stop by Western Hardscapes, and they were taking these out of the box when I got there. So I was so happy. I grabbed one and then I hauled butt towards the job, and as you can see, it helped out really nice getting that border the way we wanted it. Looking really good. Customers picked a color that I liked.
Nomás ese era el lugar, pues, ese nomás es el lugar. Un día me marcó ahí por el Facebook ese. Pero, no, dije, le contesto y no deja de, no va a estar llamando. Sí, nomás, mantiene el Paco la vaca, ¿hay con el Paco la vaca? Sí, sé que después de aquí ya, tiene la pasé unos días bonitos aquí. Hay de malandrino repartiendo. No, Alfredo Gutiérrez y Tello Sánchez. Al que mataron ahí en el dueño de la casa esa del saliendo de Terrero, ¿no? Más querido era él. El que tenía más amistad.
One of the kind of delicate parts of the project was just making sure that I didn't spray that bubblegum release on the inside of the border, because usually where if you get a lot of it in a spot that you're not going to stamp, it kind of discolors it. Not a different color, but you can tell that you had sprayed it there. So what I ended up doing is getting a piece of metal, I think copper or something, and using that in the little joint between the inside that was going to be broomed and the outside that was going to be stamped. And then I used a little tiny handheld sprayer, just put down a little thin layer of the bubblegum release, and then just slide it down, follow that joint. I mean, it put it to good use, and then spray some more. And after getting about 5 or 6 feet of it, I would toss the metal and the sprayer and slide down the joint strip, and then just keep stamping around. Usually if you take your time with stamping, it can come out really good. It's not the one place you want to rush anything, because if you rush it, people will be able to tell in the quality of the work. Alright guys, there it is. Pour went well. We got that border in really nice. Check it out. We used that easy teak system, so all we had to do is spray that bubblegum release around the perimeter. I've never been a fan on patio faces. On step faces for sure, but on patio faces to stamp on the border there, because and then it leads to a crooked line. I've never been a fan of it. I mean, it's easy, but I don't like doing it. On steps, obviously we have to. But there it is, guys. I will be back in about 28 to 35 days to seal it and add that easy teak. Customer saw it. They're seriously happy about it. I'm happy about it. Hopefully you guys like the whole video. Hopefully you guys like what we did here and everything. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day, guys. Hey, good morning, guys. So it is the day after the pour. You can see I just got done watering it, kind of cleaning it off. Before anyone asks, why didn't I tool any joints? Well, when it comes to decorative concrete like this, because of the stamp border, I always usually go with saw cuts, unless we completely tool them, like our video with the border and the stamp patio, or the other one that was just completely stamped. We had time, we did it, why not? But on this one, we wanted to do a saw cut, and before saw cutting it, I asked the customer, do you want to leave it like a big area like this, or divide it into smaller squares? And this one I would have done 4 squares, one cut across that way and then one this way. But why do we cut the concrete? So that it cracks in that line, whether it be tooled or saw cut, within about 30 to 60 days. That's it. So what happens if you don't tool it or saw cut it? The concrete cracks where it wants to crack. I'm figuring it's gonna do a little crack maybe right here, maybe not one this way, but I'm certain one this way. What's gonna happen after that? It'll stay hairline, it'll be easy to clean out, and the customers will still see this big open stone that they can use. So when people ask, why didn't you saw cut, why didn't you tool cut? Sometimes we do neither. Sometimes people just want to see a big open area like that with the occasional just hairline crack that's barely visible, as opposed to very obvious tool cuts or very obvious saw cuts. Now there's a little tool cut around the border, but there's no real way around that. But apart from that, that's why on this one we didn't tool cut, saw cut. We're probably just gonna have that little crack right down the middle, easy to clean. Usually it's as bad as it will get. Well, people ask, well, what happens with concrete that was tool cut or saw cut? Has a crack at the bottom too. That's it. Thanks for taking a look, guys. Just answering that question in case you were curious. Have a great day. See you guys next week.